I wanted to bring up a prediction I think I had made for like end of the year episode, or was it start of the year episode? One of those, about how like climate change and stuff are it's going to get more
Mm.
serious, and we have that. Let me, yeah, I mean, well, like we have it in like a
No shit.
very
No, I'm just kidding.
concrete
I'm
term,
playing. I'm playing.
in that like I just saw this article the
Hmm.
other day that AAA and other big insurance firms are pulling out of
Oh
Florida,
yeah, I saw that too.
specifically because like of the hurricanes and the flooding getting worse. Like it's telling, this is properties risk at flooding. Expect everywhere where it's dark. Like look at this. Like whatever county, yeah, in Kentucky.
Kentucky? It's so. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like
That's
in
because of
like,
the
but it's
hurricanes,
so
no?
inland. I
Hurricanes
would
are getting
imagine.
worse. Like a bunch of like weather patterns are just not
Oh.
going great. They're pulling out of places in California because of wildfires. Like it's gonna get worse, and
Well,
like
look at Ontario.
yeah,
Mm.
exactly. So I wouldn't be even surprised if the same starts happening here in northern Quebec, where it's like you can, I mean, technically you can live here, but we're not going to insure your property.
Damn.
Damn. So you think that's gonna happen in
Yeah,
Ontario?
I think so. I
Like
think it's
fairly
just
soon.
business, right?
Southern
Like,
Ontario? Southern Ontario? I don't think so.
mm,
Windsor, like some areas, yeah, they won't
yeah.
Oh,
protect you for
really?
flooding.
Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Windsor, like,
Protecting you
yeah, like
specifically for
some areas in
flooding.
Windsor, like,
Yeah, that's the thing. But outright not insuring your house, that's a whole other topic.
yeah,
Yeah.
entire house,
yeah,
they
I
won't
think
insure the
so.
entire house.
If the weather events are bad enough, and if they can say that the risk of your house getting damaged for any type
Too
of
high.
reason because of like the climate changes, then they'll be like, it's not worth our money to like insure you. You know what I mean? Like I think in even like Calgary and Alberta, or someplace Alberta, they're like starting to reconsider insurance based on hail. Like if your car gets injured in a hailstorm, well, like you might be out of
Wow.
luck.
Damn.
Damn. It's funny, Ali. You said your whole house. Like, what are they gonna do? Insures just the
Well,
Just
basement?
add it.
Well,
I'm just kidding. What do you mean by that, though?
yeah, we'll just get your
But
doors and
I guess an interesting thing
so
outside of like the doom and gloom of like obviously your insurance and climate change is you might see population centers move, because like once a area is flooded or something, no one would want can rebuild in that area, right? So you'll see some sort of like migration where real estate is getting built based on what like is safer for inhabitants,
Mm,
or safer for the house in the long term.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. Obviously there's gonna be migration. No, I remember
BC.
Abbotsford in British Columbia. They had flooding. I think a year ago or fairly recent, and it was pretty bad. It lasted for like 4 or 5 days. Like it was really bad. I have a friend who lives there that went through that, and they're still living there. You know what I mean? Like it's not something. I think it'll affect areas, but it won't affect it so quickly, right? You have to remember these are people's homes.
You
Like
can't just pick up and go.
they've lived there for a very long time. They're gonna think exactly. You're not just gonna pick up and go. So I think that migration will happen, but it'll be longer than we expect. Especially if those floods aren't like a common occurrence, meaning like it's not happening every month or so. That's a different story, right? But if it's happening like once every 3-4 years, that's how long
Yeah,
that
I think
timeline is also going to
another issue is that
extend
like
in
these
terms of migration
events,
as well.
like
I
the,
think.
the major flooding events are getting worse, in that like if your house gets flooded, it's not going to be like a simple like, oh, let's, I mean, repairing water damage, like even a small bit is very tedious, right? If you have major flooding damage, your house might just not be worth recovering at that point. So like I agree that in general over a
Mm.
large area it'll be slow moving, but I think once a big event happens in a small place, and then like it's already uninsured for like flood or fire damage, then it's just not going to get rebuilt. It's not worth the cost.
But then how do you even like there? Let's say okay, the house is worth like $500,000-$600,000, right? You've paid off a $200,000 mortgage. It's still 400,000 left on it. It floods. Your cost of repair is 50 grand.
Yeah.
The house prices tank now in that area. Nobody's gonna
Mhm.
pay you 600, 700 grand for you to get out, right? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
at that point,
Yeah,
sometimes
there's
you're
actually
stuck,
like I think
right?
I was
Like,
even
what do
hearing
you do?
this like something happening like this even last year where insurance companies wanted to pull out earlier from different places, and then like people had to like complain to like I think this was in the States, like parts of California, Florida, all these other places where they're like, we want to live here, but like and they had to lobby the government, be like, no, no, you have to force these companies to stay, right? And that might happen, but then they'll just start raising
Mm,
the insurance cost to keep up with it.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. To make it like
If
unaffordable,
I'm not
really.
mistaken, aren't like some natural disasters already excluded from insurance? Like the whole flooding thing, even here, they will even limit you to like $10,000 if your things exceed that. If I don't, I remember something about like some wildfires and like insurance not covering it. I don't know if I'm mixing stories
Well,
up.
not even wildfires. You might even have to
But
start
does
looking at
insurance
like tornado insurance because I think last week a tornado touched down in Ottawa.
Yeah,
Oh,
I seen that. I seen
wow.
that. It wasn't crazy though, but yeah, there,
Yeah,
you can see. Yeah,
exactly.
you can actually see
That in
tornado.
itself is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That is crazy. I always wondered about those people who like take videos of
Yeah, the
tornadoes. Those people are
storm
like,
chasers.
I'm
What
like,
would you
yo,
do?
you
Like,
guys are just
run
It's-
away.
Run into
it's
your
a- it-
basement.
run the other way.
It's an
Run the
adrenaline
other
rush
way.
for
Like
them.
as
Like
Yeah.
there's legit
yeah,
people
like
that like go after, like they have all the setups, they have the gadgets to chase storms and tornadoes and hurricanes. Like it's crazy.
I just have one
It's
name
like
for them.
the people
Stupid.
that
No,
that
no,
do
no.
the rooftop parkour, roof topping. No, it's called rooftop.
Yeah,
Parkour is fine. Roof topping is what it's called.
You mean like those people that like climb abandoned or not abandoned, but like just really tall
Anything.
building? Yeah.
Yeah. Some kid, I don't know, a young adult passed away in Toronto, doing that.
That's
Yeah.
that's crazy, man. Some people's brains are literally wired differently.